Let me talk my shit. Yeah. Let me talk my shit. They talking that shit. That's a double dose. Andale, vámonos. They lucky I did not pull up with the check, but they wanna hear it, so here I go. Let me talk my shit. Yeah. Let me talk my shit.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Chucky.
And it's your girl Double Dose.
I don't know what the singing was.
Double dose, double dose, double dose.
Okay, there we go. I don't really know what that was about, but okay. We done had a whole little song there.
Of course.
Quite
Anything.
interesting, if I must say.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday.
It is Happy Wednesday. We was just on 2 days ago. The weird thing.
The fact that you know it was 2 days ago, I was confused about my days, y'all. I'm having a senior moment.
Well, you are up there in age. So what can I say about that?
Wow.
Yes. So tonight. So we had planned to do this on Wednesday anyway. Monday we ended Monday's episode like earlier than we normally do. But
due to illness.
Honestly, it was not illness. Honestly, I think Monday's episode ended on a right note. Just my own personal opinion. I don't think that it was like anything like harsh or anything like that Monday. But we're gonna follow up with what we was talking about on Monday, mainly the Nicki Minaj and what is it, Megan Thee Stallion?
Yes.
They got the whole little debacle they got going on, child.
Yes.
But we want to talk about first, I guess. I don't know, Double Dose. Where do you want to start?
Okay, so let me start with what did you call I did have a current event, but I still forgot my current event, y'all. Oh, I remember
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. So technically, and I had to look this up because initially I said Texas was trying to secede from the US, but that's not the case. It's just a border argument between Abbott and the US government. So
it's not really border, because the thing is that they so far as what Abbott wants to do, I guess it is a bit of seceding, because what he wants to do, the government will remove themselves from Texas. So I mean, I don't really know if that's seceding or not, but I mean, anyway, he's to me he's Vladimir Putin. So I mean, that's just what it is.
It will fall in the definition of seceding, meaning that the United States will have the right to withdraw support to that state if they decided to secede. So, and then I found out this too. DeSantis raggedy ass has been sending support to them. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, come on, man. Like, damn, you just fresh off the campaign trails. How about you take care of your Floridians first? Take care of.
Hold on, what do you mean take care? He's already put Florida in the shitter. Like,
I know.
He already put Florida in the shitter. There's no really taking care at this point. Like, at this point, this man just like, okay, fuck Florida. I'm finna see what else I can fuck up.
And that's I really think that's what he thinks in his peasy ass head sometimes is well, fuck Florida. Even though we need I mean, granted, we don't want him around. We need him because he's the governor. Like, he does the shit that shit's supposed to get done. And yeah. But I need him to take care of home first. Then you can go around and fuck around them other people and do whatever the fuck you want to do. Take care of home first. That's what the hell he need to do.
Is he really needed though, is what I'm saying?
No,
I really don't see why he would be needed in any aspect at all.
He's really not. It's really not. But by law, he's the governor of the Florida, and he has to be here. So he brought his happy funky ass home, and I need him to do his job. So
So, yeah, but I don't know. That's just way beyond the point. So tonight's episode that we mainly I wanted to talk about. I even put on some red lipstick for y'all. Tonight's episode what I really wanted to talk about, honestly, I want to talk about this Megan's Law. I guess a lot of people may not know what Megan's Law is, or what Megan's Law what Megan's Law was literally put in place
I got the
for,
definition up and ready.
because it was placed in force in 1994, and a lot of people don't know that it's for Violent Criminal Control and Law Enforcement Act, which they named Megan's Law after a little girl named Megan, because she was raped, tortured, and murdered by a man, which
By the
double dose.
neighbor. It was by the neighbor.
Yes, by the neighbor. And I thought you was going to talk about the law. You literally just stopped.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Yes. Okay, so hold on. I apologize. All right. So Megan's Law is the name for the federal law in the United States requiring law enforcement authorities to make information available to the public regarding registered sex offenders. So basically, you know how you can go on the FDLE website and you can pull up the neighbor's information, and it has everything there, and they have to go to the local DMV office and register their address. That's because of Megan's Law. So Megan's Law is the reason why, which I'm grateful that we have this. The fact that it took this even happening is beyond me, but I'm grateful to the fact that we have this. I'm so sorry that young child had to go through what she went through in order for people to realize we needed this type of law. And of course, our hearts and our sympathies go out to the family of Megan Kanka. And I'm so sorry that they endured that. But this law is extremely important. And unfortunately, it took Meg. You know how I feel about this, but unfortunately, it took Megan's song to hiss for people to realize that, hey, this is the reason why, or to even do research, to Google what Megan's Law was, to even know why it was put in place in the first place. So, but the law itself is so offenders have to register, whether you are a predator, or just a repeat offender. You have to register. You have to register your current address, whether you are homeless. And I used to work for the DMV one time ago. So you have to, even if you're homeless, you have to register the park, or not the park, but the bridge that you're up under. You got to register what you're nearby, or the nearest, the nearest shelter. You have to register that, or you'll be thrown back into jail. Doesn't matter. Now, are there some things about, how each state governs that law? It's it's a little like, about the whole, especially concerning the homeless population. Like, that's a whole argument in of itself. I'm not getting into that. But as far as Megan's Law, it's an important law that we all should know, especially those of us who have children that are near and dear to our hearts. Whether you are a parent or a godparent, it doesn't matter. You have children that you love, and you should, have an understanding of what this law is. At least basic knowledge. Like, I didn't know the name of the law, but I knew that there was a law in place that people that are registered offenders had to register. I'm sorry, Chucky. Oh, sorry. But yeah. So part of the reason why we were getting into Yeah, I thought I thought you had took a call. That's why I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I was on mute. No, I was saying, but the thing is with this, it helps you if it helps people know if it's somebody in their neighborhood is an offender of any kind. Like if they were a sexual offender, it doesn't matter of age or
That's
if
why I
they
said
whatever they do to anyone. But the thing is that the reason why I want to bring this up because I was on Instagram and what's her name? Moniece, what is it?
Moniece Slaughter.
Yeah, Moniece Slaughter. She was on there. She's doing this whole little rant about how Megan should not have used that in her song and everything else like that. And for me, I really don't understand why people are so upset because Megan used it in her song. I don't understand why the family's upset. I don't understand why they want to sue. I don't understand any of it. Honestly, the reason why I don't understand is because if anything, I didn't even know that Megan's Law was a thing. I knew that people had to register. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know that it was a law placed and put in place in 1994. So anyway, it made me look it up because I was like, okay, why is Nicki Minaj pissed off? And the thing is that Nicki Minaj pissed off, and Megan didn't even mention her name at all. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything about her. But she was on her coke-filled rant, and she went on for like what 72 hours, and then put out her dumbass record label let her put out this whack ass diss that didn't even make sense. It didn't make sense at all. Like it was just, and all because she said Megan's Law. But the thing is that I don't understand why people are upset over it. I don't understand why the family feels as though that they need to sue. They need to sue Megan Thee Stallion because she used it in her lyrics. And the thing is that for me, if anything, it helps people understand exactly what this was. Because granted, this happened when I was what knee high to a testicle. I literally didn't know anything. I didn't know anything of it. I didn't. I didn't know. And then my other thing is that
I knew of it because
Moniece,
I work for DMV, so that's how I not necessarily the name, but I knew of why they had to be registered. They had to register because I work for the DMV.
yeah, I knew that because they had to register and everything else like that. But I didn't know the name of it was Megan's Law. I didn't know that it was put in place because of this little girl. I didn't know that. But what I'm saying is that like with the lady Moniece, you trying to get your gang members and everything else like that to beat Megan Thee Stallion up over it. You say you have no sensitivity for the family or anything like that. Why wasn't the family offended when other people used it in their songs? Why wasn't the family offended? Why wasn't the family offended literally when other people bring it up in just random conversation? Why wasn't the family? And then you talking about you making them relive it. How are they making relive it? Because she said Megan's Law. You wanted this law to be put in place. You wanted this law named after your child. So at the end of the day, why are you upset? Why are you trying to sue? What exactly are you trying to get through this? Because you're not suing the other 27 songwriters that had Megan's Law in their songs. You're not doing any of that with anybody else.
Hold on, Chuck, because I did, I did my research. I did my research. And I don't know if the public knew this, but the term Megan's Law has been featured in three other songs other than other than the song Hiss by Meg Thee Stallion that was released 2024 or 2020 between 2023 and 2024. I will not play the songs because of copyright reasons on the episode. Y'all know I'm big on my disclaimers, but the song and I may say this backwards or wrong, but it is Ave Satanas, 8 Corpses featuring Shadow Puppet, produced by Severed Vein. This is these people's names, okay? Don't judge. These are artists. This song was released May 11th of 2020. I'm gonna say that again. The song was released in May 11th of 2020, and in the verse or in the song it says Chris Hansen's fucking strap, Megan's Law a predator to trap. I'm a fucking snap them in half. That's one song. The next song is called again artist. Is Pleather Pleasure featuring Lil Sandwich. These are these people names. It's a single by Rice Bones, by the artist Rice Bones. I could not unfortunately pull the lyrics, and I will not play it again for copyright reasons. And then there's another one artist by the name of Chris. MC Chris, The Skits. It's a hip hop rap that was produced in 2019. And let me go back one. It's a
I mean,
long.
we don't have to go through all of them. We
No,
don't.
hold on, wait a minute, but just wait. Just let me just wait. So the song is called Happy Hunting by MC Chris. That's what I was trying to get to, was the name. So, but these are three artists that have produced the song before Meg Thee Stallion, years before Meg Thee Stallion produced the song Hiss, that nobody found a problem with. Nobody found the issue with. Nobody probably even heard of. I haven't heard of these because they're not on my song list. But again, where's the outrage? And and I'm gonna let Chucky say his piece, and then I'm gonna segue back to my piece.
I mean, you could have just kept going. I mean, you have to pass it.
Oh, listen, I'll keep going. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake outrage. People are fake angry. You're not really angry. You're just angry. You're just pretending to be angry. And I'll jump on the family case in just a second. You're pretending to be angry because it's what's trending right now. You can get your views up, and the Monique Slaughter Slice, whatever, however the fuck you say her name, same thing. She's not. She may be well known. She may be a writer or all this other stuff. But when the last time you heard her name trending, like really trending? You haven't. And the reason why she's saying something now is because Meg and Nicki is trending. All of it's trending. You're not angry. You might be hungry, but you're not angry. And even the little people, the everyday people, like me and Chucky, we're everyday people that's angry, that call themselves and says disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. That's what that is what people want you to think and feel. That is what people want you to think. Learn how to think for yourself. I'm sorry, Chucky. Go ahead.
My thing is that if anything, the family, you should want people to know about this. You should want people to know about your daughter. You should want people to know that. You should want people to know. I mean, the thing is that okay, what is the what was that other law that came into place because of a little boy that was kidnapped and raped and murdered. There was another law. I'm gonna have to look it up, but yeah, the thing is that you should not be upset. If anything, it's informing people, let people know, okay, this is the reason why this is in place. I'm sorry that you lost your child. I understand that. I understand their family and everything else like that. But the thing is that it has nothing to do with Megan Thee Stallion. She ain't do nothing. You suing her. You suing her because she literally put it in light so everybody right now and nowadays, and I was in the current day. I said nowadays, and current day knows what's going on. And the thing is, before this, hell, I ain't even know nothing about it. I did. I just knew motherfuckers had to register. I mean, that's all I knew. But the thing is it brings me all the way back to where you are when you say this fake rage. It brings me back to, okay, are you angry because she said it, or are you angry because somebody close to you that you're probably protecting, maybe an uncle or cousin or whoever, a brother or whoever, that you can't bring your kids around. Your kids can't be around them. Oh, your kids have to wear certain clothes if this man comes over your house, or if this woman comes over your house, because there's women out there as well that are predators. And that's the shit I don't get. Is that if you're actually going to be angry, let's call out all these predators that you have in your family. Let's call out all these predators that literally out here every single day. Let's call out Jay-Z for dating what's her name? Aaliyah when she was 17. Let's call out P. Diddy, which he's mostly somewhat out there.
I'm waiting on the 50 Cent movie. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting.
he's pretty much out there. But the thing is that majority of all these artists dated somebody that was underage. If you really think back about it, and you sit back and you think about it, let's even go to Queen Elizabeth and her husband. He was way older than her. Wasn't he a predator too? So I'm just like, if you're gonna be angry, let's be angry. Let's be angry about everything that's currently going on.
Because the thing is, like I said, because they're not angry. They're not angry. And the thing is, the thing that makes me mad about it, you really don't care. You don't. A lot of y'all that's doing this outrage about all of this nonsense and stuff, you're not really angry and you don't really care. See, it bothers me when I see a 17-year-old, what, male or female, interacting inappropriately with a 25-year-old. I have a problem with that. I think it's inappropriate. I actually speak out about it.
It's inappropriate.
Right. It's very inappropriate. You're 25, date somebody in your own age group. Or you're 30 and you're dating an 18-year-old. What does y'all have a 12-year gap in between you all? It's inappropriate. I actually speak out against that. But
I mean,
a lot
if
of
you're an adult,
no,
if you're a legal adult,
no. See, this is why I don't get into those conversations. It's inappropriate. You're 30 years old talking to somebody who probably just graduated high school. They haven't even conceptualized that they are a legal adult as of yet. They still, and some of them might still be in high school. They still got to raise.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hold on. Some of them still got to raise their hand to go to the bathroom because they're still in school. It's inappropriate. And it's more than just the age gap. It's the mental capacity to understand the nature of the relationship. You're not, just because you're 18, you're not grown. Legally, yes, you're grown, but you are not grown. Your brain isn't even fully developed yet. You're not grown. And that's, in my opinion, that's predatory in and of itself. But back to my point, you're not angry. You're just angry because some of y'all side with Nikki, and that's your problem. You're siding with somebody who's sleeping next to a predator every night, and that's the problem. And don't care. I don't know if she's had any children with this man, but
she has a son.
She got a child.
That's her only child. That's her only child that she has. But she has her son, which my biggest thing is that, okay, so this man was accused of raping a woman when he was 16. And how old is she?
I have no idea.
Look up Kevin. What is his name? Kevin Petty. Kevin. Who knows? It's Kenneth Petty or something like that. I don't know his name. But the thing is that, I mean, I don't know. It's just, to me, it just doesn't make sense.
I literally had somebody tell me he has not reoffended. That's what somebody has said to me in an argument about this whole conversation. He is not reoffended.
But when you pull him up, the very first thing it says, convicted sex offender Nicki Minaj's husband does not have a job, does not do anything. His income is literally, his net worth is $1 million. It's probably $1 million that Nicki Minaj gave to him. But the thing is that to me, it just does not make sense. Like, how can you be with somebody and you know their past, you know what they did, and
like the lady said to me, he has not reoffended. He is not reoffended, and he's faithful. This is what this dumb hoe said to me, that he's faithful, and he like I said, he is not reoffended. And I'm like, you really, whether he's been faithful to Nikki or not, I don't know. But the fact that And that's what I don't understand. A lot of y'all, where a lot of y'all thought process come in at is where, oh, he hasn't reoffended. He hasn't had the opportunity to reoffend because his wife is in the limelight. Do you realize that the limelight is probably protecting some poor girl right now? That we ought to be grateful that his wife and his life is in the limelight, because if it wasn't in the limelight, then 9 times out of 10 is some poor innocent girl that would be probably dragged to a basement right now.
All right, so what is it? Kevin Petty? Kenneth Petty. I'm sorry, Kenneth Petty, husband rapper Nicki Minaj, has been sentenced to probation and house arrest for failing to register as a sex offender, which he failed to register in 2019. He also has to pay $55,000. So that's what Megan Law stands in, and that's pretty much I'm guessing what she got upset about. And it to me it's just like, okay, everybody that's going to be upset over this. This man did not want people to know that he was a sex offender. He didn't want people to know. Like, you literally, you purposely did not register. But the only thing is that who was you living with? Nicki Minaj. She was perfectly okay with it. She was perfectly fine with it. And to me, that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it don't make sense to me either.
And they would hold up. They were married at this point. July 2019, they were married. And she knew that he didn't register as a sex offender. Did she think that her clout or whatever was gonna protect him? Did she think that what exactly were you thinking is going to get from that? So Mr. Petty is convicted of rape in 1995. New York State Sex Offender Registry of April 1995. He had to go on there as a sex offender for attempted first-degree rape in connection with the 1994 assault that occurred when him and the victim were 16. We're 16. He was sentenced between 18 and 54 months in state prison, according to New York State Department of Corrections. He served under 4 years and was released in 1999. And the document says that he went back to prison in 2006 for first-degree manslaughter, and he was convicted and served 7 years and then released in May of 2013. So he continuously offends. Like you continuously getting yourself in trouble. And my thing is that I wouldn't find myself safe in that environment. I wouldn't. Because the thing is that how can you find yourself safe when this person has raped? This man has committed manslaughter. This man literally prays and does all these things to women. And you're gonna raise a child with this person. That doesn't make sense. And then the thing is, if y'all split up, he can't even get custody. They gotta be visitors.
But my thing is, even my time working at
not visitors, but they gotta be watched by somebody else.
Even with my time with working at the DMV, I have seen women who were married to these men and had children with these men. And of course, when we pull that information up in the system, it's right there across the screen. And I guess they can see the looks on our faces, as the representatives, they can see the look on our faces. Like, I had one lady tell me, she was like, I know, but it's not what you think. It's, he's a good, explaining her marriage to me, or nobody. It literally explaining her marriage to me, talking about it's not what you think. He's a wonderful father. And all I can say is, because I wanted to keep my job, is, okay, all right, yes, ma'am, okay. All you can do is keep a straight face. You can't ask no questions, none of that. You'll lose your job quick.
My biggest thing is that I found the victim, her name is public, is Jennifer. She was on the real about her situation, and when Mr. Petty when Mr. Petty raped her before school. She said she on the real in 2001, September 2001, she said she was tired of being afraid. Is the reason why she decided to take action and to actually speak out about the situation. She said it's a type of fear at her age. She didn't know what she did wrong or what she did to cause the situation. And it took her up into 2001 entire to speak on it. This man still puts fear in this woman's heart. But the thing is, Nicki Minaj wants to protect him. And that doesn't make sense to me. And the thing is that Petty and Nicki Minaj literally have not said anything about the situation or anything like that, about his conviction or anything like that. But the thing is that Nicki Minaj has been talking to him for years. She held him down while he was in jail. She held him down while she was getting all them surgeries, fake ass, and everything else like that. You was holding down this man the entire damn time, probably taking collect calls and everything. Oh, I'm sorry. She was paid for his lawyer. She paid for his lawyer so that he can get an early release.
This puts me in the mind of that woman. She was a pastor's daughter. I forgot her name. She was a pastor's daughter who the pastor vouched for the man because he was in the halfway house because he had committed some kind of assault, attempted murder on his first wife. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish.
Hold up. 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. The Real associate, on the Real, she stated that Nicki Minaj and Petty had someone come to her home and they put $20,000 in her lap for exchange for her silence in 2001.
What?
In 2001? Huh?
You said the producer?
No, Nicki Minaj and Petty had an associate come to her house and put $20,000 in her lap for her to be quiet.
Oh, hush money.
For Jennifer, the person that got raped, for her to be quiet about the situation. But the thing is that what exactly are we mad about? Are we mad about that we talking about publicly that Nicki Minaj literally fucks a pedophile? Like that she literally paid $20,000. They put $20,000 in her lap in exchange for her silence. And then the thing is, Jennifer declined the offer and said that nothing they could give her, nothing they would give her could keep her quiet. She said, I should have taken the money because they're going to put the money. She said, I should have taken the money because they were going to try to put the money on my head. She was literally scared that they was literally going to try to hurt her for speaking out. This is disgraceful. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And you still married this man in 2000 and in 2009. You had a baby with this man and everything else like that. And the thing is that why is Nicki Minaj literally, why isn't she canceled yet? Why? She bullies fucking everybody.
Her fan base is insane.
Her fan base is fucking retarded. They literally went to Megan Thee Stallion mom's grave to dig it the fuck up. Her fan base is fucking retarded. And the thing is that I don't know what crown that Nicki Minaj thinks that she has. Right, like this right here should have been got you canceled. But the thing is that we can cancel R. Kelly, and R. Kelly's in jail for literally doing
even fully canceled. That man ain't canceled. That man ain't canceled. He's still, Chucky. He's still his music is still being played at cookouts, at family functions.
I'm going to change it. We can cancel Jonathan Majors. We can cancel Jonathan Majors over his situation when there's no proof that he actually put hands on that woman. We can do that. Literally, take him out of movie deals, take him out of everything. I mean, it's like what kind of witchcraft is Nicki Minaj putting on people? Because the thing is that if you open your eyes, she's a horrible person. Horrible person. The thing is literally literally how you literally find beef with anybody that is literally doing good at that time. All the time. Taylor Swift. We can go well beyond that. Miley Cyrus, you called her out on the freaking awards, and you didn't even win an award that day. You have like how many Grammys do you have?
None.
None. How many awards do you have other than BET? Her raps ain't that her raps and everything else like that. Granted, when she put out the album, when was that? 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, okay, that album.
Like 2011.
Maybe that album was okay. The new album that just came, new album just came out. I deleted it off my playlist.
I didn't even listen to it.
The thing is that I just don't get it. We protect the wrong people as a society. Would you let your child go over Megan Thee Stallion? Would you let your child go over Nicki Minaj's house with her husband?
You can't by law.
No, it's not even by law. That's not even what I'm saying. Actually, you can because it's your child. There's nobody else there. I mean, would you let your child go over there? Would you feel comfortable going over there? Would you feel comfortable going over there hanging out? They both, to me, when you protect the predator, you're no better than the predator. To me, in my own mind, when you protect the predator, you're no better than the predator. You're exactly the same. You're doing the exact same thing that they're doing. Only thing you're doing is just keep covering up the light. Keep covering up, keep putting things on top of it when technically you're doing just as bad as they did. How are you making that victim feel? How did that victim feel? How did that victim feel, Jennifer feel, when they come over her house with $20,000 and put it on her lap and say, "You be quiet. We don't want you to say nothing about it." Like, what the hell? $20,000? You raped me. You took a part of me that I was not willing to give to you.
And hold on, time out before we go any further. And even so, even if she did accept it, just because a victim may accept a plea, accept hush money or whatever, I know she didn't. I'm saying if a victim does, that still does not take away from them being a victim just because they accept it. We don't know why they accept it or may accept it or whatever. So I'm just putting that out there so nobody, be like, well, yeah, the ones who accept it, they lie. No. We never know a reason why. It might be mentally easier to just accept it and be done with it. And that be the case for a lot of victims. They just want, okay, fine. I'll take the 20,000 or I'll take the 100,000 or I'll do the movie deal. Anything to get it to just be quiet and stop talking about it.
No. You went to her with $20,000. No, hold up. Listen. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Nicki Minaj went to her with $20,000 because you looked at her living situation, you looked at where she was at and everything else since then, and you thought that was enough to keep her quiet. That right there is an issue. I mean, it's still wrong. I'm saying, like, who else had to pay? Who else had to pay? Had to pay money. Trump has to pay hush money. Bill Cosby, didn't he just have to pay somebody? Or did he win that?
He paid. Okay, so with Bill Cosby case, that was back in 04, 05. He paid that woman I think $3 or $4 million. They settled out of court, but I don't even that situation always rubbed me the wrong way because I don't want to get into it. That's that particular court case. I don't want to get into that one.
I don't care how long it has been that something has happened to you. You were sexually assaulted or anything like that, and you decide to pick it up and you decide to sue at any point in time. I don't care, because the thing is, that's something you have to live with. That's something that happened to you. And I can't take away what happens to any victim at all. I can't. And I mean, I'll open up about me a little bit. I have been raped. I have been molested. I have been like, those things have happened to me as a child. And the thing is that that's the reason why it bothers me even more, is because I had people that literally protected the people. I remember being in one foster home, and I was telling the lady that, hey, this right here happened to me, and your son did this, whatever. And she's like, oh no, my son didn't do that. And the thing is that until I found the right person to believe me, I would have still been in that situation, because people always want to protect I mean, they always want to protect that person. I either protect them or not believe them, or what, I mean, not believe the truth or whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Because the thing is that when you're doing that, you're just making the victim relive it over and over and over and over again. These are people.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody doesn't understand. Like, you literally put these people's feelings and everything to the side. You don't,
And see,
you, and
and see,
the thing is
I'm
that,
the polar opposite. My mom believed me. My mom believed me and fought and damn near tried to kill my the person who assaulted me when I was little. Damn near tried to kill him, and had no problem, you know, with trying to kill him in his own home. So I'm the polar opposite. So I, you know, in my at least in my family, my parents, no matter what, they believed. Even if there was not a slight bit of, you know, proof or anything, they could have looked wrong. You probably
we gotta
done did.
stop protecting people.
Yep.
We got to stop protecting people that literally do the wrong thing. We got to stop protecting people that literally are hurting other people. We got to stop protecting people that are like predatory on children, or not even children, on people, on women. Or we got to stop women that are predatory on men.
But hold on,
Women rape men as well.
and that's
Women rape men as well. And the thing is that just because you get erect, it does not mean that you're willing. What were you finna say?
Yeah, but what I'm going to say is that the reason why a lot of people don't get believed, a lot of reason why a lot of people are not believed, especially when it comes to men, and then like how men and women are placed in society. It's unfortunate. Men created that dynamic. So it's very much harder to get men to believe other men that when they say I've been assaulted especially by a woman, because in societal belief that women are weaker. Women are the weaker sex. We can't, you know, the fact that you allowed a woman to rape you, you know, that's ridiculous, or assault you in some kind of way, or you looked at it as less of a man if another man assaults you in any kind of way, like the whole Terry Crews thing. Who rallied behind Terry Crews? Women, particularly Black women, but women. Who supported him? Women. Who made fun of him? Men. Not to say that some women didn't, because it was some trash bitches in there too. But it was men who further pushed it. Men are the ones that gotta really stop it. I'm not saying women don't hold no candle to it and they don't play a part in it, but the bigger conversation is that men are the ones who created this dynamic. They created this dynamic that, you know, women are the weaker sex. When it's some women, I know some women, you know, Chucky, it's some women who will whoop a man's ass from sun up to sun down and can fight. So if we want to stop it, we have to change the dynamic. We have to change it, and it's hard to change it if men further push it. Just like, you know, with the whole children, with the being predatory with children, especially like teenagers and stuff. A lot of times the whole conversation is she being fast, no, no matter how fast you are, you can't outrun somebody who's not attracted to children.
I'm going to
Point
tell
blank
you
and period.
I'm
Point
going to
blank
tell you
and-
I'm going to tell you
what?
something that a lot of boys, and it happens to boys, literally be preyed on by women, by older women. And then the boys don't see it
Right.
as being, hold on,
I wasn't, but okay.
I'm going in the same direction you're going in. Just go along with me. Same direction. We are not on we are not going in the opposite direction. What I'm saying is that a lot of boys that are teenagers, they are assaulted by older women. They are molested by older women. They are raped by older women, but it's not looked at as rape because the boys are like, oh yeah, I got this cougar and everything else like that, or she's giving me a little bit of money and everything else like that. So they don't look at it that way. I mean, sometimes maybe your mama friend, maybe your next door neighbor, but a lot of it happens every single day, but nobody talks about it. There's a comment.
It's murders, rapists, drug dealers amongst us that have served time, changed their lives, and are productive citizens of society. People do bad things as kids and adults. Can a person not change? And for this person, it's only so bad because he's a celebrity. What is he a celebrity of? What is he a celebrity of? We probably passed several registered predators throughout our day and wouldn't even know it. Are you forever condemned by your mistakes, regardless of what that mistake? When your mistake, affects the development of a child, absolutely, yes.
No.
Hold on, wait a
No.
minute. Hold on, wait.
Hold on. I
No,
just no. Hold on. It was no. You said when your mistake affects the development of a child. No, when your mistake affects development of someone else's life, because it's not just a child. Because the thing is, you can be put on a registry list literally messing with an adult. But the thing is, it's still sexual assault. But the thing is that when your mistake affects, it's not even a mistake because when you're doing it, it's not a mistake. You know what you're doing. You know this person is saying no. You know that this person does not want you on them. You know this person does not want you that way. But because you're older, or because you're stronger, or because you can date rape them, or you can put something in their drink and everything else like that, or you can steal their sperm out of a condom or whatever, it's still assault.
this is why we have the problem that we have in our community. This is why we will always have rape apologists. We will always have somebody ready to forgive a rapist and bring them around the family, because this is because of this mindset. Because they changed. How do you know that they've changed? What? Because they bought a house? Because they got their education? How do you know they've changed? How do you know that
And
they still not? Hold on, wait a minute. How do you know that they still not getting turned on by a child, or getting their rocks off by wanting to hold down somebody just because they go to church? At
you
what
got
point?
people.
At what point do you separate them people and keep them away from the community and keep them away from the innocent folk? At what point do you keep that mark, like the mark of Cain on their sorry y'all, I grew up Baptist, the mark of Cain on their forehead forever and a day, and keep them away from dying people? When do you do that? Sorry, this is not a religious podcast. I'm sorry, so sorry. I started slip.
My
I
my
slipped
biggest
deep into the Bible.
my biggest hold on, because I have something to come back with your comment, but there was a comment in there that says if I get assaulted by a woman, I'm not saying anything. And that right there is the
And
problem. Hold up.
what,
You get assaulted by a woman and you don't say anything. Guess what? What about if that woman gave you herpes? What about if that woman gave you HIV? What about if that woman literally does this to somebody else and she does a whole Jeffrey Dahmer? Because the thing is, it all starts off with that person just thinking, when I have sex with my partner, they want me to just lay there and pretend like I'm dead.
That's a problem.
My partner always wants to tie me up. My partner always wants to do these things. My partner, and then the thing is that it bothers me because you can go on Twitter, you can go on Pornhub, you can go on all these things, and you have, well, they have aggressive BDSM where this person is getting, it looks like that person's getting raped. That is a problem if you're getting turned on by that. That is a problem. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, this person is still a person. The thing is that you literally are removing that person's emotions, feelings, and everything, and how they're going to have to literally mentally cope back from everything you're doing to them. And the thing is, for you to say, if you get assaulted by a woman, you're not saying anything. Why? Why won't you say anything? You won't say anything. You won't say anything because what? It's a woman, or you won't say anything because you pray about how other people may feel, or you won't say anything because you're gonna say, "Oh, it happened. I had fun," or what you, "Oh, this one more in the book," or something like that. It's not attractive. It's not attractive for somebody else to take advantage of someone else. It's not attractive for somebody else not be able to fight back. It's not attractive for somebody else to get drugs. It's not attractive to take sperm out of a condom and put it inside of yourself so you can get pregnant. That's sexually assault. You're assaulting that person. You're literally trying to trap that person with a baby.
Or to take off the condom in the middle of sex and not tell them.
It's not attractive. It should be just as bad as somebody having sex with somebody that has a known STD and they're not sharing with anyone else. And you know that you have it, but you're having unprotected sex with everyone.
Which, by the way, you can actually take them to court for that.
But my thing is, I still have many other issues with the law. I do. I have other issues with the law. If a woman gets raped by a man and she ended up getting pregnant and she has the baby and everything else like that, the rapist can literally sue for what is it called? Joint
custody.
Joint custody.
Hold on. It depends on your state, because for Florida, I don't believe Governor DeSantis has ruined that, but in a situation like that, not only will the rapist not get custody, but of course they may just end up forcing the rapist to pay child support to the mother and the child until the child is 18 at that point. That's one thing I don't believe he has ruined, but that is not a case in the state of Florida. So for those of you that, come across our voices or come across our video, make sure you check with your state. Each state is different. I think Chucky's looking up his state, so.
Oh, you can continue talking, honey. Don't say it quiet.
Oh, okay. I was expecting you to start talking, but no, like we got to get to a point where we put our foot down on, like, hey, no, you can't come back in the community. You can't come back around the family. You can't come back, and it should be no reason
I do want to correct you. Sorry. Florida, the rapist can sue for custody and get full custody and put you on child support.
When did that change? That wasn't always the case.
This right here is as of, hold on. This is as of 2007.
What?
This is as of 2007. As of 2007. As of 2007, and he could possibly get full.
Hold on, Chucky. How do we know anyone has changed? We have all types of people in this world that have ugly past. So should everyone go to the pits of hell to never be part of society again? And what does the Bible say about sins? Doesn't he forgive? That's where it comes from. In God we trust. But it also says those of you that hurts one of these little ones, put a millstone about your neck. It's safer for you to put a millstone about your neck and cast yourself to the deepest part of the ocean. Hold on, time out. Wait a minute. So again, if you harm a child, you should not be allowed back around the community. That's biblical.
But the thing is that, okay, with the laws, They're not allowed around schools, parks, churches, and all those things, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying, where are they supposed to live?
I don't give a damn where they live. Put them on an island.
You don't. But the thing is, you don't care. You don't care where they
First of
live.
all, time out. First of all, let me back.
No, there's a reason. Hold up.
No, let me back.
There's a reason. Hold up. There's a reason why I'm going here. There's a reason why I'm going.
Go.
There's a reason why I'm going here. And the reason why I'm going here is because when you're put on the registry list, you can't be taken off. Even if that person comes back and they recant and they say, this never happened, I lied about the whole entire situation, you still can't be taken off. There's no way to get taken off of the list. So I'm not on this person's side with this whole little thing that they putting in here. This whole little thing they putting in here. My main thing is that I don't understand where you're coming from with this. Is because the thing is that
What,
if
me?
you're no, not this, the person in the comment.
Oh,
I don't understand exactly where you come in at this, because the thing is that you want to bring God into this. Bible was written multiple times, and this is my own point. This is literally my own point of view. My view on God is way different than everybody else. This is the reason this is not a religious podcast.
hold on. Pause. And I wasn't saying he was a celebrity. I thought you were saying he was a celebrity. I was talking about who he was dating. Oh, okay. And I'm just playing devil's advocate because you all were stating, why is nigga even dating someone, like, etc. So
I know you're playing devil's advocate. We picked that up a while ago.
That's
I know
fine.
you're playing devil's advocate. It's no problem. But it's just my issue. My issue with people that have that logic of thinking is that okay, somebody can change and everything else like that. But the thing is that if you're 30 something and the person you mess with is 16 or 13 or under the age of 18, you're over the age of 18 and you mess with somebody to 18. Apparently, you went after that for a reason. I'm not saying if the person lied about their age and everything else like that or whatever, because yes, that's what people do. That's why I also said that people lie about their age and things like that, and they still get put on the registry. They do. They still do get put on the registry. But the thing is, there's no way to take that person off. So by law, they can't be around schools, they can't be around parks, they can't be around churches, they can't be around any of those things. I mean, there is a little village in Florida where they have a whole pedophile village in Florida, and then other states have theirs as well, which I don't understand it either. And then I do have these people becoming, what is it, sovereign citizens and Mormons or whatever they be. What is it called?
Mormon. You trying to say
not Mormon. The other people, when they be talking about they changing their name to Bibbs, a Babs.
I'm talking about Moors.
Yeah, Moors. They want to be Moors. They want to be sovereign citizens and everything else like that. A lot of those sovereign citizens that do not show ID, do not do any of those things. Literally, they do that so they don't have to register. And guess what? They be in the same community, your next door neighbors and everything else like that. That needs to stop. These people still need to be on the registry. I still need to be able to look up and know where my kids can go. Because the thing is, my children, every house they go to, I do background checks on their moms, the dads. I look up everybody. I don't care. I don't. I look up everybody, and I look well beyond the sexual offender registry list. And the reason I do that, because before my child goes to your house, I want to know that my child's protected, and I hope that other parents does the same exact thing for me too. People don't protect children for some odd reason that left, and I don't even know if it was ever really a thing, because this has been happening since like forever.
Beginning of time.
We can go way back to Africa. We can go way back to whenever. For some odd reason, we still have priests out here that believe that little kids are pure. That's the reason why they're messing. We still have countries that believe kids, the little children are pure. You still have countries out here where people are literally like literally a 55-year-old man can marry a 13-year-old because she has come of age. That's not okay. And then you have pedophiles that want to join. They want to be part of the LGBT community because they believe they believe what they're doing is right. They believe
Right.
that these children know what they want to do. Okay, if the children, for me, there's my own mindset that I have here. If children know, and they already know everything at the age of 12, 10, 14, whatever, what's the point of them going to school? What's the point of going to school until you're 18? What's the point of learning? If that child already knows, oh, I want to marry this 55, who the fuck's 10 want to marry a 55-year-old man?
Or
That
a
is grooming.
55-year-old woman.
And it's or 55-year-old woman. And the thing is that I don't understand why us as a society, why can't we literally see where the problem is and cut it off at the head? I'm not saying, I mean, I'm not like, no, I'm not saying put a mark on them and anything else like that, because honestly, I don't
Absolutely.
believe I don't believe that. Because when you start those things, we don't know where to stop as a people. You're gonna have people walking around with HIV typed across their forehead. You're gonna have people walking around. You're gonna have,
I need to make a correction. I know I said that's what I believe, but what I really believe, because I was just trying to keep it PG, I believe they should be offed. I don't believe they should be. I don't believe they should be walking around. I believe they should be gone. That's my belief. Gone.
I
Chopped
don't
off.
believe.
Cut it.
I
'Cause you
don't.
said cut it off. That's how you cut it off. You
I
killed it. How do you kill a snake? The easiest way to
what
kill a
you do-
snake is to take a shovel and chop his head off. That's the easiest way to get rid of that
what
problem.
what do you do if that person was lied on?
Sorry.
You just murdered a person. So say, do you murder the person that lied on them
No.
because they did it?
No.
Because they did it? Or
No.
you just leave them in society so they can continue to do the same thing to somebody else? Because that happens.
I'd rather take my chances.
Some people do that just to destroy the person. People do that just to destroy the person. But the thing is, we as a society, if that starts, we as a society we don't know where to stop. We don't know where to
Maybe.
stop, because the thing is, we as a society, we bring everything overboard. And next thing you know, what we're gonna have, the purge on rapists, murderers, anybody that's on drugs, anybody that's ever committed a crime, anybody that has HIV, anybody that has anything that you can spread to anybody else. Because that literally brings us back to what, 1989, where they literally thought you catch HIV by sharing a cup with somebody. They wouldn't even help them when it was going to the hospital.
That's true.
We don't know when to stop as a society. What I said is that it needs to, for me, it needs to be a way where, okay, like with Nicki, I'm gonna just use Nicki Minaj and her husband as an example. You know what he did. He stood on what he did. Y'all, he went to jail and everything for what he did. Okay. Y'all move somewhere away from schools, parks, and everything else like that. But the other thing is that if you're supporting him, you should not be on the mainstream. You shouldn't be out there. You shouldn't be out there. You're literally supporting this. And the thing is that my biggest thing is, you got your huge fan base or whatever. Are you still bringing people home for him? Because the thing is that most groomers work as partners. And we got a comment.
So 2 comments. So essentially they have the mark because that registration follows them, but these people are still someone's mom, dad, sister, uncle, brother, cousin, someone that loves them. It's not just as simple because they belong to someone's family. And the next,
I had already clicked on it. I clicked on it again, and I just did it again. And
okay, I'm gonna stop. What if it's your family? Will you take the same approach off with their head? My mama tried to kill my rapist. That's the thing.
No.
So
My brother is
so
the
I
rapist.
might let me finish. Let me get to that. My mama tried to kill my rapist. She tried. And if it wasn't for my daddy pulling her off of him, she would have succeeded. she would have succeeded. So this is why I have that attitude, because I come from a background of where we don't protect the rapist. We don't protect them. We don't protect them in our family. Yeah, so yeah, we have an off with their head mindset.
Well,
I'm,
off with the head
and
mindset.
I'm not apologize. And the reason why I will never apologize for that is because I had a perfect example. My mother, God rest that woman's soul. I had a perfect example of how a woman should love on her children, how she should protect her children. Because if I had what some of these women do to their children out here nowadays, where they don't protect them, and then on top of that, they'll believe the rapist over over their child, or they'll
That's not
keep
just
taking them back. It, what did I say? I said if I had that kind of example, ain't no telling where I would have been. I would have ended up. In my opinion, I had the perfect example. That woman protected me. So yeah,
my
I have
my
that
thing
mindset
is
because of her.
my thing is that I do have a brother, and I have a brother that for some odd reason likes underage girls. I have no idea why. And the thing is that for me, he does not come around my family. He's not to me, he's still my brother, but you won't never come around my family. You will never come around my daughters. You'll never come around because my thing is I'm protecting my family. Even if I have to protect my family from my brother, my sister, my cousin, or anybody. Because the thing is, I'm not going to put my people in harm's way. I'm not going to ever put anybody that I love in a situation where you're going to get hurt. But the thing is, my brother does have a wife that married him right after he got out of jail, and she does hair and everything else like that. And then they was like, "Oh, my brother, he was rehabilitated and everything else like that, and he's not going to do it again." Guess what? It happened again to a 13-year-old, somebody that she was planning on doing their hair. She came over there so she can get her hair done, and it happened again. Where's my brother now? In jail. And do I call who he can he call me? No, he ain't even got my phone number. Can he write me? No. You my brother, but I can still not deal with you. Because that's not the lifestyle that that's not the lifestyle that you grew up in. That's not anything that we grew up upon. That's not anything we grew up around. I don't know if it's a power thing, exactly what it is, or whatever, or why people do this. I don't. But the thing is that you said, what if it's your cousin, brother, uncle, mother, whoever? Your job is to protect your family. It doesn't matter if it's your mama, daddy, sister, brother, whoever. You can cut them off. You can cut them off from the rest of everyone else, so it doesn't happen in the family. You can fight to do whatever you can to keep that person locked up. You can go to the parole hearings. You can write the judge. You can do all those things to
Mhm.
protect the people around you that you love. And this is main problem that I'm talking about. We don't do that. Why? But it's a big deal that Megan mentioned Megan's Law. People didn't even know that Megan's Law. People didn't even know that Megan's Law was literally the law that the registry for every sex offender or anybody that has offended anybody sexually. It does suck. It does suck that if you're on the list, you cannot be removed, even if the person comes back and they say they lied. That sucks. It does. It sucks that that person will have trouble finding jobs and everything like that because somebody lied. I do not agree with Double Dose on what she said. You should kill them and everything else like that. Because my thing is that I don't believe anybody has the right to kill anybody at any time. My own personal opinion. I do not believe that.
Don't
I
play with
don't.
double.
Even when it comes to police officers and police officers do shoot and they have their thing of shoot to kill and everything else like that. If the person is carrying a bat, shoot them in the leg. Shit, they gonna fall. They can't go that damn far. That's my own personal opinion. And that's because what I believe in. But the granted, I don't believe, I'm going to just say this, and we had the whole God thing on here. I don't believe in the same thing everybody else does
Right.
when it comes to religion and anything else. That's the other reason why we do not talk about religion on this podcast.
Right.
But
And
the
I'm
thing
sorry.
is that the thing is that I do not believe the person should be marked, because we're not going to know where to stop. They're still trying to pass laws with people who have to be marked because they have HIV, and that's not right either.
What if
Okay.
what goes in this house stays in this house? It's not my golden rule in my house. No, you better protect your loved one. Absolutely. That
And
that
that
line
right there, that right there is
has hurt so many people.
so many people. So many people, because
Absolutely right.
everybody, for some odd reason, and I don't know if it's black households, white households, whatever, but I can only speak on the black household because that's what I grew up in. That right there was the main thing that was said. And my main thing was I was argumentative as a child, and I stay with them as an adult. I'll always be this way. But the thing is, you give that, what happens in this house stays in this house. The problem is with that, when does that stop? And between that and no snitching. Because the no snitching thing is a whole nother thing. Because the thing is that you hanging out with your boys, you know your boy is a rapist, you know he go after kids. What you gonna do? Because the thing is that people always know this person. People always know that person has predatory behavior. But the
Right.
thing is, nobody ever speaks up, and that's the problem. That's how people end up getting hurt. That's how things end up happening. And the thing is, like, I go back to it, it's not just with girls. It happens to teenage boys all the time, fucking older women, and the teenage boys think, oh yeah, I fuck Miss da 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 da, I did this or whatever. But the thing is that it's still sexual assault. It's still sexual assault.
And you need to go to jail if you're an older woman doing it to young boys. You need to go to jail. It ain't cute, you old bitty.
No, the thing is, it's crazy. It's the same thing. The same punishment or whatever, like how they're doing with teachers that have sex with kids and everything else like this.
That's
Okay,
another one.
blast all the other ones.
That's another one
Blast all the
that
other
is glorified with men. That is another one. Having a teenage boy having sex with their teacher, but let it
But
be
the
a
thing
teenage
is,
girl let it be a teenage girl having sex with her teacher. It is not the same.
is that I have noticed, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to Mr. Sexy that was on our podcast. His name ain't Mr. Sexy. What's that man's name? We're gonna
Jerron
start calling him Jerron Dunn. We're gonna start calling him his real name, because he literally he was a substitute teacher at a school in Polk County.
Polk County.
And the teacher, the student asked him, can she charge her phone? He added himself to her Snapchat and decided to go ahead and send her nudes. The thing is that, yes, you need to, like literally, this is a problem. Like, you wanted somebody that you could have control over. So you found somebody that literally did not know. But you didn't know that you didn't know that their parents go through their stuff. Because I go through all my kids' shit. I don't play them games at all. I go through everything. And don't you think you deleted anything? Because if I found out, I literally know how you can go into you can go to Facebook and pull up every deleted message. You can go on Instagram, pull up every deleted message. You can go into Snapchat and pull up every deleted message. If you want to know how, just inbox me and I'll show you details of how to do it for all of them. And you can also do the same thing for majority of all of them. You can pull up every single message, but yeah, you can do it for Snapchat. You can pull up all those chats that you think are disappearing. They're not disappearing. And the thing is, you need to watch who your kids follow on Snapchat. Because everybody that you see, and that's what you need to teach your kids as well. Because I teach my kids that everybody you meet online is not who you meet in online. Those people pretend to be anybody. When people are online, you can be anybody you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I was going to say, because I did a search before this. Rough BDSM, #1 search on Pornhub. High school teacher, #1 search on Pornhub. What was the other one? What is the other one? I like them young, #1 search on Pornhub. The thing is that if you see all these things in your partner's phone, in your friend's phone, or whoever, you need to be
That
questioning things. You need to be
that should,
questioning things.
make
You
me
need to
question
talk.
that friendship.
Yes, you need to question that friendship, because the thing is that if you're protecting them, you're just as bad as them. You're just as bad as the predator if you're protecting the predator.
Mm-hmm.
You're just as bad as the predator. And the thing is that predators literally think the predators go after the weak.
Yep.
They normally do. They normally do. And then you
They
have some that go after the popular.
they go after the ones who a lot of times there's not a lot of commotion around them. They go after the ones who they can tell who family doesn't really pay them that much attention, who doesn't, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. So like my dad, before he got married, my dad, he had this young friend that was hanging around, but she was only hanging around because she thought he, because we didn't, my dad is an adult. He obviously, but he he's not the kind of person where all his kids need to hang around him and be around him all the time. He's not like that. So a lot of the time she saw him by himself, doing his own thing or whatever, whether it was sitting on a porch or, blowing the leaves off, whatever. He was always just doing his own thing. And every now and again, one of us would stop by and check on him. Well, she thought that she could just do whatever, and his family wasn't going to be bothered with him. She learned real quick that not only do we pay attention to him, but we don't play about him. When they disappeared out of town and he wasn't answering his phone and she was with him, like, we damn near almost drove to the city that they were in, because it was like, hold up, the fuck you got our dad at? And damn near all of us pulled up that night when they came back home, like, what's going on? Where you been at?
Yeah.
And she started to
And
cool off. It happens a lot with people
Mhm.
who are influential in the child's life. Exactly.
Yes. I always keep close out to anybody that wants to be around my motherfucking kids. And that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I do. You can ask any one of my kids. I'm crazy as hell. When I say crazy as hell, crazy as hell. Don't ask my kids to stay after. Don't ask anything, because my motherfucking ass gonna be there. Don't buy my kids lunch. I reported a whole damn teacher for buying my kid lunch. The fuck is you buying my kid lunch for, and it ain't in the cafeteria? Why are you ordering her lunch? What's the issue? And I don't play them games. And the thing is that when I show up, I'm ready to go to jail,
Yep.
because I don't play them games. And the thing
Because
is, people
anybody else,
don't understand it.
they would have just saw that as, oh, the teacher just being nice, and then how many more times
Oh
they
no!
gonna keep
Oh
buying lunch?
no! I found out this teacher was following all these kids on Instagram. You know what I did? Brought that right to the superintendent. Why is this teacher following the kids on Instagram? And no, I don't play them games. I didn't email it or anything. I went there in person.
Mm-hmm.
We need parents, we need people, not even just parents. If you see these things happening to any child, stand up and speak for the child. These children need voices. And it's not even children. It's not even children. It's adults. Adults, literally adults, literally adults, literally adults, older people. This happened in nursing homes. Older people get sexually assaulted as well.
Mm-hmm.
They go after the people. Oh, ain't nobody coming to what see them. Ain't nobody going to this. Oh, I got work a night shift or whatever. Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
we need people, and it's not even getting back to because we never protected our children. Never. Our children were never protected. And then when it comes to African American people, I did look this up, and the studies show as well. It goes way back, slavery and all of that. It goes way back because they didn't know how to protect their children. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to stand up for their children. And the thing is that how do you stand
They
up? How do you
couldn't.
stand up? How do you stand up for your child when you have somebody like literally holding you back? We're not being held back anymore. Stop protecting these predators. Stop protecting these pastors. Stop protecting these basketball coaches. Stop protecting these people that are around your kids every single day.
Mhm.
Because the thing is that your child is not the only one. Somebody has to be the voice. Somebody has to speak up. And then the thing is that for me, it really, really bothers me and it really grinds my gears is because you have people like Nicki Minaj that will literally stand by this man and stand by everything that he freaking does. Everything he freaking does. Stand by him by everything he freaking does. Even give him $1 million to make it seem like he has $1 million net worth. This man don't have a job. He don't do anything. You're paying him to be around your son. Granted, he molested a girl back then, but who knows? Who knows what would happen now? Who? You can talk.
I mean, no, you're right. But you said we have to be very you meant evasive with kids, regardless of how they feel about you asking who, what, where, and why. We have to be very evasive with the kids. I'm not sure. Can you restate that? Because I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're saying. We have to be very evasive with the kids, regardless of how they feel about you asking who, what, and why.
Yeah, you do. You have to put yourself because a lot of times it may be putting your child in an uncomfortable situation to find out what's going on. But yes, you do. You have to sometimes you have to somehow somewhat put I'm just taking this as they mean put them in an uncomfortable situation. That's the way I'm taking this.
Well, I'm just because the word evasive means to avoid. So that's why I'm struggling with the sentence because we
Yeah, it
have
does
to
mean avoid. That's what it is. I try to change it, but that's why I thought they were going.
that's why I asked them, please restate what you were trying to say
But since
because it it, it we have to be very persuasive with what are you trying to say? Because me and Chucky, we're trying to piece together what you're saying. So
I wasn't
whatever it
piecing
is
nothing.
you're
I made my own thing out of there. I didn't want trying to do because I knew what they said didn't make sense, so I just made my own thing with it. I wasn't
oh,
trying to do
okay.
anything. I know what I was
I
doing.
listen, I was struggling. I was like, okay, they typed evasive. Okay, evasive means I know to avoid. And we have to be very avoidant with the kids, regardless of how they think or feel. I'm like, okay, I don't think that's what he mean, but uh whatever. Um, but as far as I don't for the way I personally feel about the whole Nicki Minaj thing is that, it it it's like a myriad of reasons as to why, you would do the things that you do. We can sit here and say, "Oh, she got the money and all this other stuff," but, you know, why would you pick that person as why would you pick that person as your life partner? And of course, she'll never give us an answer why. And of course, the automatic answer would be, "Oh, none of your business," and all this other stuff. But I always peg the question to anybody who decides to choose, because aside from it's disgusting, never mind that we all know it's disgusting. It's disgusting, okay? But the kind of backlash and the kind of ridicule you're gonna face as their partner. Why would you do it? Your partner can never do nothing as a family at a family event where there are other children, potentially where children are going to be at, like at the park, at the amusement park, and all this other stuff. That's a place that you can't go because there's children there. Why would you knowingly put yourself in that situation as their partner? That's what I'll never understand, and I hope one day I'll get an answer. But um it is what it is as it relates to her. But
My biggest thing is, if your child says, "I feel uncomfortable around somebody," listen to them. If your child says, "I don't want to get that person a hug," don't force your child to get that person a hug. Your
exactly,
child should not be sitting on nobody's lap at all.
exactly. I am so big on body autonomy and respecting spaces. Even with my nieces and nephews, I'm like, give Tita a hug, and they be like, I don't want to, or they run off. I'm like, okay, I get a hug at some point. It don't matter to me. I encourage them to tell people, hey, thank you. I appreciate you. They meant intrusive. We have to be very intrusive. And
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I figured that. That's why I was like, okay, I think I know where they're going. So, but yeah, if your
see,
child
I'm
doesn't
like,
want to,
you still causing disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome or uninvited. You still not using the right word. So let's figure out what you're trying to say,
okay,
because
this is not the podcast. So we finish it here and try to do grammar correct and try to get them to
because
try to
it's
get them to
not
try to get
right.
the
It
word.
doesn't make any
But the thing
sense.
is that
I'm sorry.
this is not where we're going. This
I'm
is not where we're
sorry.
going.
I'm
But the
sorry.
thing is that my thing is that we if you know someone and you know their past, and not even if you know their past, if you see that what they're doing ain't right, why you talking in the kitchen with my niece for so long? Why you want to be around my kids so much? Why do you want to do those things? Those are all things that literally like should be like a boom light on, like, okay, what's up? What's going on here? This ain't right. Like, but the thing is that
My brother was big on that one
the thing,
about his male friends. If I'm in the kitchen, go in and say hey to her. But all right, but you bring your ass back out here with the rest of the men.
my thing is not just, and I just want to keep saying this, it's not just men. Watch the women as well.
Yeah.
Watch what your friends say. Watch what your friends say about your kids. Watch what your friends say about other kids. Watch what your I mean, if you have a man talking about, oh, well, she built like she older and she da 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 da,
Shoot him.
she's not older. She's not older. Or you talking about, oh, you got your friends say, oh, your son, he built, look at him and everything else like that. That's not right. You're talking about a child.
Shoot him.
You're talking about a child. And no, we're going okay. Just for disclaimer things, no. We are not for violence. We are not for killing. We're not for shooting. We're not for doing any of those things. And stop. No, double dose. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. Because the thing is that if you have that mindset, you're gonna have somebody in jail. The thing is, there are proper ways you can handle these situations through the law and everything else like that. I'm not saying now beat their ass, because let you know, I will beat your ass. And when the police find you, I'm gonna go to jail for assault. But assault is it. But yeah. The thing is that there are proper ways that you can deal with these situations. There are proper ways that you can turn somebody over. There's proper ways you can handle these situations. And
There.
also, since we're talking about this, I just want to drive back a little bit. Watch your daughters, watch your sons. You should know what your kids are doing. You should be home with your kids. You should not be getting a hotel for the weekend and your kids ain't there. You should be watching your children. And that's the biggest thing. Nobody watches their children. Oh, they teenagers, they'll be fine. You know what teenagers do? Do you know what teenagers do? Because the thing is, I know what I did when I was a teenager, and my mama was home.
Chucky got me in trouble a lot as a teenager, so
I know what I did. We was on a chat line. We was doing all these things. I look at phone bills. I look at everything.
that was a landline. We was getting on a chat line on a landline.
Yes, we were. But we both had our own room, on our own lines in our room. So at that time, we had our own phones. It wasn't cellular. Now it's cellular and everything else like that. But watch your kids. Watch what they do. You know, you can literally, there's apps you can download. You can see what your kids are going on Wi-Fi.
Yep. I don't have children, but when my niece or whatever, when they're visiting, my Alexa, I turn it around. I have the Alexa view. Thank you, Chucky. I have the Alexa view. I have it where I can see my entire house. Granted, I live in a studio. I have it where I can see my entire house. My doorbell, I can log in and see who's coming and going in my house when my niece decides she just want to chill at my place. It's perfectly fine. And she knows not to touch my Alexa view.
I have an Alexa in every room.
It stays exactly where I can. And I have Alexa. I have multiple Alexas in different parts. I have one in the bathroom, one here, Alexa view, one in the kitchen. I scared the shit out of her one night. I turned on the view and I shouted. I was talking to the rest of the devices. And I said, okay, I'm looking around my house to see who, see if anything looked different or anything, or if anybody's been there. And rest assured, everything was fine. And I'm saying that as somebody who does not have children, you can take, when you have your nieces, your nephews, your godchildren, they decide they want to come hang out with TT or whatever, and you can do preventative measures and safety measures in your house, even though you may not have kids.
And the thing is like I was saying, I have an Alexa in every room in my house. If you don't know it, you can set up every Alexa in your house to record. You can go back and replay everything you want to. You can replay their voices. If you have the cameras, you can replay the video and everything else like that. Because the thing is that it's a lot of kids that prey on kids. It's not just adults. It's not just adults. There's a lot of kids that's literally fast and doing like I'm not gonna say fast. I'm not gonna say fast. There's a lot of kids that are sexually promiscuous and they are doing things.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. I apologize. If there is a child that has a proclivity for sexual content or sexual behaviors or what have you, 9 times out of 10, that child is a victim. If that child is being quote unquote fast, God knows I hate that term fast. I hate it with a passion. But I will use it in this conversation. If they are quote unquote being fast, that means at some point in time they were either sexually assaulted or were exposed to sexual content at a very early age. That means, and I'm gonna take it back for y'all. I'm gonna take it back for us 90s people. When you go to bed and you get up in the middle of the night to go get some water and you see something on the TV, remember Max After Dark? Or you see real, what people call HBO, Real Sex, HBO 101 that used to come on. I know, because I would walk by. Huh?
That was Cinemax. I remember I ran up a $550 cable bill one time ordering Cinemax because it was, what was it? Juicy Booty or something like that.
Well, I used to, but in where our room was in the house, I had to walk by and get to the kitchen. My uncle would be watching that stuff, watching the softcore porn late at night, and I remember that. So that's
And the
another.
thing is, it's not even that. Back then you had hell, I had uncles. Well, actually, they weren't my uncles. I was older. I mean, they was my nephews, but I just called them uncles because they was older than me. But they used to try to give me tapes and things like that. You got to watch
Oh,
all.
yeah, tapes.
You got to watch all those things, because the thing is that it's a reason why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason. And the thing is your job as a parent is to make sure your child is safe. The thing is, parents don't make sure their children are safe anymore. You try to trust the little things that you may have and everything else like that. I don't trust shit. I don't trust a damn thing between nobody at all. And the thing is that with Nicki Minaj, I honestly believe, and I'm going to say this again, I've been saying this ever since she got on my baby Taylor Swift. She need to be canceled. She's a bully. She ain't good.
Yeah.
Hell, when Cardi B tried to fight her ass, she got the other people trying to fight and her ass standing back. She ain't tough. She wasn't tough in 98. She wasn't tough in 98. What was she doing? What was she doing back then? Trying to sleep with everybody, trying to get on top. Victims create more victims. So yes, therapy is therapy. You need to, like, all my kids see a therapist, even if honestly, I don't believe that they may need it or whatever. Everybody needs the outlet. I try to teach my children mental health is the same as physical health.
Yep.
People don't take care of their mental. We have 30-year-olds out here like shit. I'm gonna be straight up real with y'all. 2 weeks ago, no, it was not this weekend, but last weekend, I was in my bathroom on the floor just crying over everything because my mental health had slipped, but I was trying to make sure everybody else was all right, and I didn't catch it. Mental health is just important as physical health. And yes, I do believe that if anybody's a predator or you're thinking about kids or it's something that is something in your mind and everything else like that, I'm not into that the whole gay lifestyle. They got twinks and everything else like that. Why do you want somebody that looks like a little boy? It's not cute. It ain't. And the thing is that why do you want somebody that looks like a child? If you literally go through your partner's phone and they're watching porn and it's like oh, school teachers this and everything else like that, children this and everything else. I mean, not children, but because if you type children or anything, it alerts everybody. And then many people don't know this. With the new updates you have done in your phone, I'm just use Apple for example. They search your pictures and everything for child porn. And all that is given to the FBI. Oh, and trust and believe, Charlie, don't take them long to show up. They show up the
They
same night.
show up like this within an hour.
You need to protect your children. And if you're scared or you're not sure, whatever, it's better to be overly safe than literally just trying to be ignorant to the facts.
Yep.
I would stand by any parent that's literally being overly safe than a parent just be like, oh, well, it was just something small, or it ain't that or whatever. No.
It was a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. No.
These pastors that y'all believe that y'all leaders and everything else like that. Like, I'm just letting y'all know, like, these people are they're predators. A lot of these people are predators. I don't know. Is that a new comment?
I'm sorry. I was going back and forth working on some content. What I was saying was I was considered intrusive because they said I was interfering with their interfering with their privacy. We have to be intrusive by asking who this person is. My parents didn't care about that. They didn't give a shit.
my kids, you don't have a private life outside of me.
There's no such thing as
You don't.
I barely had a private life when I was still living at home with them, and I was a grown ass woman. My
Mm-mm.
mama still would come in my room and go in my drawers. 9 times out of 10, she was looking for something of hers that I took, but she would still go through to see if I was hiding anything. I wasn't hiding nothing.
Well,
All I was
my
hiding.
mom was completely different. My mom was on the whole Oprah thing, and when they had the whole school shooter, for some odd reason, my mom wanted to make sure I was not a school shooter. And then when that boy had, what is it,
Mhm.
Casey Anthony, he put her up under the mattress, up under the
No,
waterbed.
no. Um.
I
Oh
can't think.
God, not Casey Anthony. It's not Casey Anthony. It was Magda
It was, I don't know, but it was another little boy. It was another
Maddie
boy that
Clifton.
killed the girl,
Maddie Clifton.
Maddie Clifton, and he put her up under the waterbed and things like that. And
That
then
was
my
her
mom,
neighbor.
when I say she used to flip my mattress, she would just pop up out of no damn well.
That was the last time after that happened, because I used to go to my friend's house, like to we all it was my house, my best friend house at the time when I was little, and then our other friend house right on the other side. Literally, my mom knew these women, knew been inside their houses and everything. When that happened, that was the last time my mama said I could go play in anybody's house. She said, you got a backyard, you got a room full of toys, you even got my room with your toys in there. You don't need to go to your friend house. Your friends can come to our house and y'all can play in the yard. I don't even, she didn't even, my friend used to could come in my house. After that happened, she wasn't even allowed to come in the house. We had to play outside. My mom did not play that anymore. When
My thing
Maddie Clifton, not Maddie Clifton, Maddie Clifton. Yes, it was Maddie Clifton. I'm sorry.
My house, like I said, my house is different. You said no closed doors. I'm okay with closed doors. I'm okay with closed doors. Like I said, I have Alexas in every room, and the kids
I
got Alexa
slept
views in
naked,
every
so I
room.
had to
I'm
have a
gonna see
closed door.
everything. I'm gonna see everything regardless. But I can honestly say, in my mama's house, if I close that door, she have to take my door off the hinges. Literally, she talking about, you want to close doors? We can do everything in here with no doors. She the bathroom door off, my bedroom door off. Literally, we ain't
I
have no
could
doors on the inside of our house for literally like a year and a half.
I could have a closed door, but it wasn't no slamming doors. Now, slamming doors would have got my door taken off the hinge, but no, I could close my door. But
Oh, awesome.
I also sleep naked. So there's
Yeah, my
that.
mama ain't play that. My mama would whoop my ass. She came in my room when I was butt ass. Nigga, what the hell you gotta be? What the hell you need no clothes on for?
It's just comfortable.
but um,
It's comfortable. That's all
but
I can say.
the thing is that also stop telling your children you talk too much, you telling too much, you saying too much. Because the thing is that may be a major part of the problem as well. My kids already know this. Nobody can't threaten you and tell you don't say nothing to me. Don't no, they can't do that at all. At all. I have literally showed somebody house with gas and a milk jug and stood on their front porch. Don't you tell my child not to tell me nothing. Because I'll need to know every last thing that happened while they were here. And the person I did that to was my cousin. So if I can do that to them, I do that to anybody else. That's just the honest truth. Um, I'm gonna end this with Megan Thee Stallion need to be not Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion did nothing wrong. In my opinion, she did not. Megan Thee Stallion didn't do anything wrong. What?
Before you play aside, I mentioned them in the beginning. There are 3 previous songs before the song His came out that has the law, Megan's Law in the song. So the outrage that you feel, it is because of media, it is because of the trending topic of Megan and Nicki Minaj. You are, like I said in the beginning, you are not really angry. You are just you're not really angry. You're just following the trend. So
And and I'm also gonna say this. It has been a proven study. If you are so involved in your mind and your life is so involved with celebrities, there's a mental disorder. Your life should not evolve around Nicki Minaj because whatever she shit ain't making. I mean, literally, whatever she ain't. I meant to say whatever she ain't making you shit. It ain't. That's what I was going with that because I was saying whatever she shit.
I
But
I,
yeah,
I thought that's
whatever
where you
she ain't
were
making
going,
shit.
but
And like Megan Thee Stallion cousin said, shit stink, and I don't like the smell. So therefore, I will not be supporting. I will
hold
not
on,
be
hold on,
watching.
Punky.
I will not be playing. I won't be doing any of
Hold on 1 second. She
of Nicki
said
Minaj.
the cousin. You said the cousin said that she calls herself the shit, and shit stank.
Yeah. No, she said Nicki Minaj believes Nicki Minaj said she said Nicki Minaj, you believe that you're the shit, and I don't like the way shit smells, is what she said.
Okay.
You and your invisible crown. I try to watch the video a thousand times. And if you want to see it, it's on my page. I'll put it up and I'll pin it up at the top. But she read her for filth, for filth. And I believe everything. I believe everything she said in that. Nicki Minaj needs to take all that shit in and needs to see a therapist.
She
And
do.
because Nicki Minaj, she literally needs to see a therapist. Main reason is that she's not even comfortable with her own identity. She's been trying to change herself ever since the 90s and probably since before. When you see her majority of the time, she talks through alter egos. She talks through alter egos. She's not mature at all, and you're right. She does need to grow up.
Yep. She too old for that.
And
She
she needs to
41
lay
years
off
old.
the fucking drugs. She needs to lay off the fucking drugs. And that's the other thing. Why the fuck all these people gotta get high? They can't just do stuff naturally. She needs to be monitored. She does. But the thing is that I honestly believe she does not like who she is as a person. So since she does not like who she is as a person, she cannot accept it. So she tries to change herself through other ways. And if for some odd reason her followers like it and they think that what she spits and what she's saying and everything else like that is literally gold. But guess what?
Some of
It
them have
ain't.
some of them are actually starting to get charges and stuff up on them right now because they're doxing people who speak out against Nicki Minaj. And just kind of as a FYI, just so you know, just so everybody is fully aware. Anytime you start releasing public information, excuse me, not so public information such as where people live, work, wherever,
But
because you
Megan Thee
just
Stallion mom is married.
right. But I'm just saying, like, for people who speak out against it, like the regular people, okay? Because that's what they've been doing. You do realize that is a crime. I just want to make sure that y'all know that before any of y'all Nicki Minaj psychopaths decide to listen to the podcast and try to flag the podcast and try to report me or Chucky or try to get our
Oh, I
private
don't care
information.
that. I don't
I,
care that.
I
I don't
no,
care
listen
about
to me.
that. That does not me at all. No, it froze. It froze. That's the reason why I stopped talking. I thought you had stopped.
Okay. Because what I'm saying is that it's a crime. They may not be aware that it's a crime, and it is very much illegal. It's a few people getting charges put against them already for doxing and defamation. You cannot do that. You can't do it. Okay? You got to let go and let Nicki get some help.
She's not gonna get help. She's not gonna get help because these same exact people are literally like, shit. I found out. I laughed the other day when I looked up her net worth.
What's in that word? What's in
That
that
shit was funny
word?
to me.
What's in that word?
God. Hold on, let me look up that.
You so serious talking about not a lot.
Mm-mm-mm.
Lord have mercy.
All right,
It's specific charges when you're doxing people.
Because the people she going after, her, they net worth way bigger, way more than hers.
But all this stuff is just fake anger. Like people are not really upset that she said Megan's Law. Y'all not really upset. Y'all don't find it disrespectful. I listed 3 songs that came out before Nicki Minaj, before Meg Thee Stallion song even decided to come out, and not one person has said anything outwardly against any of these artists. Not one person has tried to sue any of these artists for saying Megan's Law. Even Megan's family, neither they haven't spoken out against it. You're only doing it because it's Meg Thee Stallion versus Nicki Minaj. It's big, it's trendy. Like when we were discussing on the phone earlier, and we were talking about the View talking about how whatever the bitch name is that was like, oh, I'm so mad, I find it offensive. You don't, but these 3 songs that I've listed that you got to listen to, these 3 songs.
To them. They were absolutely bad. Don't waste your
Huh?
time. I said don't waste your time. Her net worth is 80 million. Cardi B's is 150 million. But my biggest thing is that she said that she will call Carl and buy her masters. But the thing is, you don't even own your own masters, honey.
Exactly. You have to own your own before you can buy somebody else's own.
No, actually, you don't. You can literally just buy.
But what I'm saying is, to be like what Michael Jackson did. Michael Jackson owned his stuff.
And what Michael Jackson did to Eminem silently, all because Eminem dissed him. He bought his masters and owned his masters and made it so every single word that he spit, he made $1 off of.
That's how you do it. You don't come out with all this tit for tat bullshit. That's how you do it.
No. These people are in the parties rap. These people are in the parties rap things, and they want to be love and hip hop. And was it love and hip hop and everything else like that? And drama is the new biggest thing right now. So no, they do it completely different. They do it completely different.
Stupidly.
But the thing is that if you do it the way that people did back in the day, every single word this person speak, you still gonna get $1 off of.
I'm gonna get a check. What Dolly Parton said about
get a check.
Every time that girl open her mouth, I get a check.
Every time she open her mouth, I get a check.
and that's what you do.
So, yeah.
That's what you do. Every time if I was Nicki Minaj and I had the money and I owned my masters, I'd have bought her masters every time she sang, every time she rapped. I don't give a damn if she did the 2-step in the street. I would get a check. But y'all want to argue and sick your proverbial dogs on people because they disagree. Girl, go fuck yourself. Like, come on, man.
I'm a knock on the Beehive a little bit with that too. Beyonce, the same exact way. She learned.
Wait, be
careful. You know what? I can just stay quiet.
The Beehive scared me. Beehive scared me.
You said what?
Bit. I said the Beehive scared me a little bit.
You
people created a whole.
I wasn't saying anything bad about Beyonce, but the thing is, Beehive don't scare me either. I mean, if it was something different, I still got a problem with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't understand how she find that sexy. But anyway, Beyonce will be on the point. My thing is that I want to say is that you like with Beyonce, no matter what's said about her, you don't hear Beyonce coming out. You don't hear her saying anything.
Nope.
You learn when you get to a certain when you get to a certain point and you get to a certain money status and you get to a certain level. No, not even that. When you get to a certain level of maturity, because everybody has to get to that point of maturity. You can't be 41 years old still arguing with bitches. You got Nene Leakes getting back on Real Housewives of Atlanta so she can argue with people because she realized she has no real talent. That's her only come up. But you 50 years old arguing with bitches in their 20s. Yes, a hit dog will holler. But the thing is that you got these, I don't understand how is this the new norm that we live in? We literally find drama attractive. We literally find these things attractive. I don't get it. You got Krishan. She can't rap worth shit. She can't rap worth a goddamn. And then she's the epitome of an alcoholic and literally mental disorder. She cannot even control her own anger when it comes to her family, mama, whoever. And the thing is that people nowadays are just eating that shit up. I mean, the thing is, what point do we get to when we're like, okay, we're at a level of maturity? Are we not? Do we not get to that point anymore? It is programming. It is programming through media. Media likes drama. I don't understand.
Drama drives up sales. Drama creates money. It's a cash cow. Sukihana said it. Sukihana said it. That she wished she didn't have to do the things that she do, but she knows it pays. She knows that that's what makes her money. She knows that's what get her music played, because people are trying, because people like drama, people like nonsense.
And I'm going to use Sexy Red in this. Sexy Red, she hood, and she let you know she is, whatever. But she had that level of maturity where she would just sit back and not say nothing. She did the same thing. She sat down, just hilarious show, not liking her at all, and literally told her, I don't like you. I don't like the conversations you have about me. And she said it calmly, and everything wasn't confrontational with it or anything. She answered everybody else's questions but hers. It's a level of maturity that you have to get to. But the thing is that we're not raising our children to have that level of maturity. The children is literally following along with the drama. I mean, my kids coming to me talking about they finna fight. What are you finna fight over what? Because they know my rule of my house. We fight as a family. So what the thing is that you finna fight over what? What exactly what we fighting over? Because if it don't make no sense, okay, baby, come on, let's break this down. You fighting this girl because she said this about you. Okay, did it change anything with you? Did it change your living situation? Did it change your job status? Did it change anything with you? Because I have a rule: don't mess with my kids, don't mess with my money, don't mess with my man. If it ain't got to do with none of those things, we have no reason to be fighting.
See, I was the peacemaker in the house. It was everybody else that was like, "Oh, we finna fight." I don't give a damn.
You caused drama in the house. You caused drama in the house. Yes, you did. Don't even try to do that. You caused drama in the house. But the thing is that we have to train our kids that this programming does not work. What they're seeing out here on social media, the people getting tattoos on their face and everything else like that. You can't get a job. Ain't nobody gonna hire you. You go in places starting drama and everything else like that, and you don't know how to control your anger. The thing is, where are you going to work? Who's going to take care of you? Who is going to take care of you? How are you going to live how are you going to live until you're older? But the thing is, we ain't even talk about the main thing, the situation that people don't fight no more. They're bringing guns. So the thing is, how are you going to live until you're my age? How are you going to live to be older than me? It's far too many people burying their kids over stupid dramas. These people are killing kids, people killing each other over stupid shit. You can't even ride past somebody and blow the horn without that person trying to run you off the fucking road. The horn is there so you can let the other person know to alert them. That is the point of the horn. That's the reason why they put it in cars. Before they didn't have a horn. And guess what? People were getting hit. People were hitting other cars. You have to be able to teach your kids the core values of life, the core values of how do you get to my age? Because these kids ain't getting to our age. And shit, I'm 34. You know how many people that then died literally in this month alone that are younger than me over stupid ass drama? And then it's not even that. It's not even that, not even dead. It's the fact that your child can't control their anger. Now they're in jail because you never taught them what to do. Or you talk them into doing the wrong thing.
Responding to their anger instead of teaching them how to analyze and break down the situation or remove themselves from the situation.
Is that your Christmas tree lit up?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. But no, that is the biggest thing. And you also have to teach your children how to adapt to change. Because the thing is, everybody that's your friend may not be your friend tomorrow, and you have to be okay with that. You also have to teach your kids the things that you say, be careful with the things you say with the people that you say them around. Because those things, everything that I say out my mouth, I do not care about coming back to me. And I stand on what I say. When I say stand on it, when people like I stand on my business, I stay exactly on my business. I have no problem. I don't care if I cuss you out, because at the end of the day, if you want to cuss me out, go ahead. Long as you don't hit me, I'm cool. My main goal every day, and the main thing I tell my kids every day, your main goal when you go to school, this is just school alone. Your main goal when you go to school is to come back home.
Yep.
Is to come back home. And the thing is that it's so many people going to school, stepping out the house, going to work, do whatever, and not making it back home. And it's not because of natural causes. It's because somebody else, you just embarked. They could not control their anger. Everything does not need an escalation. You don't need to escalate when somebody else is escalating. Just because they're up here, you're down here and you're being completely calm. A lot of times that may be just what that person needs. They're like, okay, why aren't you doing the same thing I'm doing? Why aren't you this upset that I'm upset? But the thing is, we're not teaching anybody that. And the thing is, there's adults out here that are literally living everyday life and they don't even know that.
Right.
And
They live
also,
their life is like it's on the edge every day.
Also, teach your children, just because you love somebody does not mean you need somebody. Does not mean you need that person. Because everybody you love is not going to be somebody that's going to be in the end with you. Rather, in a relationship, friendship, or whatever. Sometimes it's good to love somebody from afar. And all the time, you do not need forgiveness. You don't. A lot of the time, you do not need an apology. And I teach my kids that wholeheartedly. You do not always need an apology. You're not always going to get an apology. But you have to be okay with it and just move on. Because the thing is that people so fact on, oh, I gotta have the last word. Why the hell you ain't tell me whatever. But the thing is that you don't have to, you don't need the last word. And then sometimes that person may need an apology. I do apologize I did that. I do apologize I said that. That's perfectly fine. Apologize. Because that may be what that person needs. It may not how you feel deeply in your heart, but I mean, that may be what that person is. I do apologize. Just so you can get home at the end of the day.
Whatever you got to do to get home.
And that is the main thing. Between that, do not let anybody take advantage of you. Do not let anybody try to run you. You are the controller of your own life, rather in a relationship or not. And the thing is, when you see somebody doesn't want you, walk away. If you see somebody love you a little bit too much, walk away.
Nobody should love you more than they love themselves.
And when somebody loves you a little bit too much, they don't love themselves. They don't even know who they are. They're finding themselves in you. Also, I know this may be contrary to popular belief or whatever. Just me, my own personal thing is that I believe if you don't know how to please yourself, you can't please nobody else. And the reason why I say that is because, and nobody can't please you. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people get in relationships and they get in really violent situations because they think, oh, this is the best sex I've ever had. or this is the best feeling I've ever had. And it's all because they don't know how to do it to themselves, or they don't know how to give it to themselves. And that's the other thing you got to teach your kids too, is literally learn how to make yourself happy. And thank y'all so much for joining us in Shit Talk Podcast with Megan's Law. I heard that text message. I know you texted me talking about, okay, it's time to wrap this up.
You know, I gotta get on my machine.
Oh, I thought you was already hooked up.
No. I've been sitting here peaceful, like, all right, he finna wrap this shit up at some point.
I was wrapping it. I was wrapping it up. I just believe that everything that I just ended on, I believe that it was very, very imperative. For some odd reason, it was something in my Buddhist spirit that was telling me. It was something in my Buddhist spirit that was telling me that in this podcast, we need to end with, you need to know how to please yourself. And what I have found out, that there's a lot of people in violent relationships. And if you are in a violent relationship, you can always reach out to someone. You can reach out to me if you want to. You can reach out to Double Dose. You can reach out to whoever you want to reach out to. Get to a safe situation where you're okay. And thank y'all so much for joining Shit Talk Podcast. Well, listen to Shit Talk Podcast. What's up?
Time out. You mentioned about being in unsafe hole. If you do need services, you can contact the 24-hour line. Doesn't matter where you are. It's for Hubbard House is 904-354-3114, or you can text 904-210-3698, and that's Hubbard House if you need to get to a safe situation. So that made and again, that's just 904 local to Jacksonville, but it can help you, it can route you anywhere. So don't think that because I gave that with the area code that makes a difference. That doesn't make a amount to a hill of beans. So, but Chucky is absolutely right.
And I am going to say this because I've learned this a lot in the last couple of weeks. Same-sex couples as well. Same-sex couples as well. Mind Matters, I really want you on our podcast, and I really want you to inbox me. I need you to call me.
You could have jumped on this. You could have jumped on this podcast. For those of you who listen to
I don't want him to join in the. I don't want him to join in the middle. I want him to be a part of the entire podcast. Main reason is because I love him with all my heart, and a lot of his thoughts and a lot of things. I listen to his Eminem Mondays, Mind Matters Mondays. A lot of his thoughts and a lot of things that he has, I believe, honestly, would help a lot of people. That's a lot of other reason as well why I started sharing his Mind Matter Mondays on our Shit Talk podcast page. It's on our Shit Talk Messy group, and it's also on our Shit Talk podcast page. And I'm going to start sharing it on the website as well. If you have a chance, listen to Mind Matters Mondays. He is great. And he's a very close friend of mine. He's going to be on our podcast one of these days. One of these days when he reach out, I've already messaged him like 5 times. But yeah. Thank y'all so much for joining us on this Wednesday, and we will be back. It probably will not be Sunday, but we will be back next Wednesday. Thank y'all so much for joining Shit Talk Podcast and listening to us tonight. And again, it's your Chucky.
It's your girl Double Dose.